especially during the laning phase, because as long as you can harass one-on-one situation, you would force support around the other goal laner. So meaning that you will force them not able to roam as much.
Absolutely. Again, priority is another key concept that these teams are going to need. But we're already into the draft. Tiger Wong Esports going to be on the blue side with Tupai Esports on the red side. First bans are starting to roll in, and Fanny immediately taken out. Looks like Tiger Wong Esports has been doing their homework.
Yeah, so Fanny is out, Tupai. Okay, yeah, so we're going to wait for your explanation then. We're going to hold that on.
Disappointment.
I expect Fedrin to be out. I expect Valentina probably to be out, but I think priority is definitely on the Fedrin just because of how comfortable Tiger Wong is with the Fedrin, and not only Tiger Wong, even in the previous game as well, like Fedrin is banned all the way.
Yeah, I believe that Fredrin is a little too good at what he does as of right now, but it doesn't mean there isn't counterplay to it just yet. Joy gets banned out, which means Tupai Esports are a little bit more worried about dealing with somebody who can really harass the backline and zone them off. But it does tell us that they want to play a marksman. Tiger Wong Esports, on the other hand, the fact that they banned out the Faramis, I'm assuming they want to pick up lane.
Okay, if they were to pick up Ling, right? So what do you think will be the best counter against that?
Well, I think, there's plenty of counters out there. Kufra is a really good option. Franco Kaja, any hard lockdown is good. But the main reason why I think Ling is going to be implemented in this game, or at the very least something a little bit more team fight oriented, is that he is so good at team fighting. Oh, you're in a bad position? Call Altar. Oh, are we all 5 of us getting locked against a wall? Call Altar. There's a lot of answers that they have in their playbooks. If Tiger Wong wants to make sure that, hey, let's make sure that Tupai is split up as much as we can, get strong laners, and a mobile assassin to kind of punish those sides of the lanes, it looks good. From Tupai Esports, on the other hand, if I was in their position, I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, yes, they want to get strong laners. I want to make sure that my mid lane is strong. My mid lane can push out, and I can respond to each side of the map.
And speaking about mid laners, right? So the fact that Tiger Wong, they ban out Glue, meaning that there's a possibility for them to pick Farsa as well. And they do have a good record with Farsa. So, and even we saw that in the highlights. And Farsa, so far in this tournament, is one of the hot picks too. So with that being said, probably Tupai Esports may want to be ready with the Valentina.
Possibly. They banned out the Kaja. I think, honestly, Yves isn't too bad here. At the very least, you can force out an early cleanse from the 1-1, lock her down with the box. You have some decent push overall. But, I mean, if they want to give it up for Valentina, that's also totally fine. Valentina can basically two-shot 1-1 once she's full build.
Yep, and this kind of gives Tiger Wong like the thought, like, okay, do we want to still go for the Farsa or not? But if you ask me, I'll say, yeah, go for it. Because at the end of the day, we did talk about this earlier on, that Valentina, yes, you steal the Feather Strike.
Yeah.
And then you need to position yourself. And then you need to execute it again. By that time, do you have enough health to tank whatever damage that's coming to you? Do you have enough teammates left to be your front liner? So this will, of course, still be the question mark. So if you were to ask me, yeah, Tiger Wong, just go for it Farsa.
This might be a little tougher. Now, from the previous matchup to what we're looking at right now, at least we have a gap closer. With Lapu Lapu, having a Feathered Airstrike may not necessarily be the answer.
Yeah.
I guess Tupai Esports is telling Tiger Wong, I want you to play Yves. Give us the Yves. At least we have extra versatility with the Valentina, but at least we don't have to hold on to the Yves for ourselves.
Yeah, Yves, real world manipulation, definitely one of those good skills that Valentina can take. Yeah, there you go. Farsa pick. Yeah, you're still going to pick the Farsa. Now, the question is for Tupai Esports is that how are they going to counter the Farsa? So for them to do so, I believe that they need to pick something that is that's quick, that's high mobility. From what we can see right now, Ling is still open and could still be one of the options.
Ling technically is still open here, but does he really want to deal with this particular matchup? I don't think it's that bad. Are there any detriments? It's the final pick in the first place for Tupai. I mean, if they feel comfortable with it, I absolutely think, hey, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a pick. But Claude, instead, they want to lock in, make sure that they have a secure gold laner, somebody who is able to burst down the 1-1 before she can even really react with the Winds of Nature, if she has the item built at the time.
Okay, if not Ling, then probably a Cho. As long as it's something versatile enough to go for the backline, because for sure they will. After this, Tiger Wong will pick something that's tanky enough, like to be the frontliner. We'll see probably like a Grok is kind of good as well.
Yeah, Grok's not bad.
Yeah.
Grok's pretty good here, but do they want to give that ultimate over to Tupai Esports? What I need to figure out from Tiger Wong right now is, are they playing their own game and not caring about what Tupai Esports is doing, or are they just very, very confident in their team fighting tactics?
Well, looking at the current scenario, I think that they are. Okay, so they ban out the Link. So look, because they know that they can go for Farsa.
Absolutely.
So I think that they are just playing their own game. They're not thinking too much about Tupai Esports game. And plus, Tupai, they do not know Tupai Esports gameplay because it was not broadcasted.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
So
that's true.
in their mind, as a player, they'll be like, okay, we don't know what to expect from you. We just play what we're comfortable with.
All right. So the litmus test first. Does it turn blue? Does it turn red? We'll find out in a bit. Okay. Now, Tupai is holding on to this ban. They're discussing their decisions here. What they're lacking is a jungler and a support. They ban out the Franco. They've already gotten rid of the Edith to make sure to alleviate some pressure and at least steal away a flex pick. Tiger Wong, on the other hand, I guess they just don't want Farsa to get attacked. All right, they're still focusing down on the junglers. Very good decisions being made by Tiger Wong Esports.
Interesting. Okay, anyway, Franco ban is always okay because Franco is very versatile. You can tank, you can just be the frontliner, you can initiate. There are multiple things that you can do with Franco. You can be the you can psycho your opponent just by the presence of Franco, right? So that's a good one there. I am still looking at Tiger Wong Esports picking another good frontliner. Again, we did talk about the Grok being one of those good ones. I wouldn't be too concerned, frankly speaking, if Grok's out were to be stolen, because you kind of think about it, Valentina goes in and will be immediately deleted because Valentina is not really a tanky hero, or I don't think it's as good as compared. I think Valentina is more effective if you can steal skills that that allows you to stay a good distance away.
A good distance away. I guess it depends on the situation
Right.
a lot of the time, right? I agree with you that, having like a feathered airstrike is always going to be good, but sometimes stealing the bravest bravest fighter from Lapu Lapu can be a useful tool, especially when you get some extra abilities on top of it all. That's why I think it generally depends. Tiger Wong Esports, so far, that's dirty. So far, they understand that, like, hey, our biggest issue is that Lapu Lapu is going to cancel the Feather Airstrike. We're going to be playing for gold, so we're going to make sure that we lock in the Ruby. It doesn't give too much information away, but more importantly, whatever dashes that you have can easily be countered, or at the very least, we can buy an extra bit of time, a full second even, if done correctly on this Ruby. Zong gets locked in for the side of Tiger Wong Esports, so Claude better be careful, and he better build a Winds of Nature at some point in the game.
Ooh, okay. Very interesting though. So I can see at Tiger Wong Esports, they are going for comfort pick. So the Ruby does tell me it's a comfort pick for them. They have a almost 70% win rate themselves, only for themselves, in using Ruby, so they're pretty good there. So that's definitely going to be one of those frontliners who would just try to disperse their opponent and try to keep their opponents away from Farsa. But of course, it's not only about Farsa, this kind of game, right? We got to see like what is the late game scenario for them. So with a Yuzong who's able to initiate, to go in and just mess out their positioning, and then you have 1-1 just dishing out those damage. I think looking at Tiger Wong Esports lineup, it's pretty good. However, oh wait, are we getting it?
Is that the one? Is that
the one?
It could be full damage for all I know. We'll have to wait, but they've locked it in.
Yeah. Karakuri must be exciting. It must be excited. I can feel his sense of excitement now.
It is pulsing through the screen. I know he's good, definitely gonna be happy, but I know he's skeptical. So we'll see once we jump into this game. Very interesting comp coming in from Tupai Esports. They have a lot of ways to engage onto the side of Tiger Wong, but at the end of the day, Tiger Wong's main goal, as long as 1-1 lives, we win.
You know what? I have a feeling, and this is a gut feeling, right? Like it's going to be damage.
It's going to be damage?
It's going to be damage.
It's probably going to be damage.
Yeah, because you want to try to one-shot your backline as fast as possible, especially if you have a Farsa behind.
Definitely.
And there's no one else that can be that can be that can have that much movement as at this moment. Let's see, where are they at? Yeah, as Lizer would have.
Well, at least we know who these matchups are going to be, as level 2s are going to be hit. It's Tiger WONG Esports on the blue side up against Tupai Esports on the red side. Now, these early movements are going to be important here, right? Let's see how they're going to path. Looks like Tupai is going to make sure he's going to do a full clear on the top side of the map to continuously play for gold. The same can be said here. Oh, very good movements coming in from the EXP laner from Tupai. Lehtizi is making sure that Gungun is going to feel a little uncomfortable walking in and trying to steal the jungle. It's going to waste a little bit of his time, but on top side, we can expect Lizern. He's also struggling because Daddy Dudedo is just going to block him from entering these fights. They see the problem, they walk away. Just like that, Daddy Dudedo has done his job.
Okay. Yeah, so what Daddy do, what I noticed is that he is trying to win even the jungle side of Tupai Esports, because he knows that, okay, if you're able to cut out the purple buff of Lizern, then Lizern, because Lizern depends a lot on it, right? Then, especially on the early phase, Lizern can't really do much. Even like if he wanted to rotate, that would be a difficult mission for him. Of course.
Well, I mean, it kind of does. I mean, if we pan between Lizern and if we jump over to Gugun at this point of time, I'm pretty sure Gugun has more EXP. Yep, because he stole away one camp. And I think, oh! And Jeff Hardy already finds the initial engagement, but can they finish this off? No, they back off. Rexy is already with the Petrify getting a full combination on their jungler. First blood achieved. Thorn Rose just not enough. And Letizi, unfortunately, there's nothing he can do. He doesn't have that same playmaking capability, but only with the bravest fighters, which can be telegraphed, not as instantaneous like a Petrify Furious dive.
Tupai Esports wanted to start that first initiation, just trying to catch their opponent off guard. And then after that, I believe their idea was like, okay, once we get one, we go and secure the turtle, and it will be pretty straightforward gameplay. But what they didn't realize is that someone else came in from behind, so they kind of caught off guard there. So the idea was there, but the execution,
Well, whether or not he was aware of it is a different story here. I definitely think that Lizern could have reacted to it if he was a little bit more aware, or at the very least, maybe he was aware but just couldn't react in time. It's a little tough to say here, but hey, if I was the EXP laner for the side of Tupai Esports, I'd be screaming that the Black Dragon is missing.
Yeah, true enough. But I don't know, maybe it's just comms, or maybe it's just them warming up to the round. There's something that we don't really know for sure. But what I would say that Tiger WONG Esports, what they should try to get is that they should try to go for the jungle or the map control. Because again, what you want to do is that you want to stop Lizern from getting the purple buff. Because if you're able to do so, then it's hard for him to scale. When it's hard for him to scale, then basically Tiger WONG Esports will always have that advantage, whether it's gold, whether it's level, or whether it's just mentality.
Yeah, they honestly can basically walk around without a threat, really. As long as Lizern isn't there to secure, it can be a little tough. Here comes the Feather Airstrike into an immediate combo. Daddy Dudedo is trying to buy that little bit of time we were talking about, and even with the I'm Offended, is able to turn things around. Jeff Hardy ends up dying on the counter engage. Nicely played by Zephril, able to get his marks, able to get his ult off. Crossbow of Tank connects.
Wow, okay. That was really fast turnaround there by Tiger WONG Esports. Tupai Esports, they clearly weren't ready for it. Like, they were just gathering, and then I believe what they're trying to do is just to gather information, just to see where exactly the opponents are at. But by the time they do that, they were immediately punished. I mean, again, this is Tiger WONG Esports just showing that how fast they are in terms of decision making, and the moment they did that, then the turtle is open.
I mean, honestly, this is just so well played. Daddy Dudedo, like, just canceling out Lancelot, and even the backline getting attacked really quick. Like, Tiger WONG was in very good position here, and with now the turtle falling into their hands, they're going to get another kill once again with a Petrify on to the Valentina. Nicely played by Rexley.
Ooh, okay. Very confident play for them. Right now, we can see that Tiger WONG is starting to show some control, at least on the mid lane. So I would expect that the moment we get this first turret on top, Tiger Wong Esports will just take over the entire top map, top jungle.
Absolutely, and I think they need to now, rather than later. They're already 3K ahead. They're going to break this tier 1, and now this is where the bleeding really begins for Tupai Esports. I'm expecting to see a lane swap at some point or another. Rexy, he's doing a phenomenal job just out-rotating Latizi, and Latizi needs to win this fight, but Farsa is going to show up real soon, so Rexy, he wants to turn this around whenever he can. He knows Lyzern is going to be joining that fight, but with the man advantage and the full team behind his back. Ooh, boy! Lyzern, he gets pulled back in instantly. Thornrose to try and dodge one, but he can't dodge them all. And we also see Jeff Hardy trying to salvage the situation. Ends up giving his life. Gugun does not care, does not show respect. If you're low in front of him, he will decimate you.
So, from what I see, right, this is where Tupai Esports, they need to realize that, okay, we are kind of behind in terms of goal, we need to farm. So instead of continuing on that fight, they should just disengage from the entire thing. Because when the moment Lyzern went down, I was surprised that they still continued the fight. They still tried to go in, and they got punished for it. To me, how I see it is that it would be great if they could just disengage, just continue on farming. Cut their losses, basically.
They really needed to cut their losses, and I think Tupai need to start talking to each other about map movements here. Letizi just sitting there for far too long. The initial rotation coming in from Lyzern, he should have been more aware of where the members of Tiger Wong is, because the mid lane was already missing. They had no idea where the support was at the same time. And if they're rotating to the EXP side, you would imagine that more members would show up. So again, Lyzern very confident in himself, but so far getting punished for his mistakes.
Okay. So this is going to be a 50-50 moment. It's very important for Tupai Esports to secure this turtle because they're way behind. But
oh, he actually gets it, but somebody else has to pay the price. Valentina ends up dying. Letizi as well as he tries to jump in. Misuo finds the kill onto Farsa. That's already won, but Jeff Hardy has no help whatsoever. Lyzern just mirroring behind him, but there's so little he can do. 2 levels down on the Martis. Has to watch Jeff Hardy take the fall, just like in real life. Plot is out, and Lyzern, unfortunately, has to give this up. No, he refuses to give it up. He's trying to clear. Phantom Execution canceled twice. His life is for hire, but no price is worth that type of cost.
Speaking about cost, that cost him a lot. I mean, this is all about discipline, right? Like, you know that, okay, you're 1v4, you're like 5,000 gold behind. It's a self-realization of like, okay, let's not take it. Let them take the turret. I'll retreat. At least I don't feed that amount of experience and go to the opponent. So that is a little bit questionable for me. And Tiger Wong Esports, obviously they took advantage of all that.
They really did. They're taking all the tier 2s here. All the tier 1s. They take it to tier 2 on bottom side. Next is probably going to be the mid lane or probably the top side of the map. Just because Lord is going to be spawning in about 43 seconds. 43 more seconds. And I think this should be game in a bit. 6k gold lead unless Tupai are able to either steal the Lord back to buy in 5 minutes extra into the game, or at the very least, even out the gold lead.
Yeah, so look at this, Gideon. The moment they got the top turret, map control on top. The moment after they got that, they get the middle turret, map control. Bottom turret gone, map control. That is just what they needed to do. The moment they got that map control, Lyzern cannot get the buffs. That's it. They locked them down.
They locked them down real hard. I see. So the Feather Airstrike, they used the Wings by Wings to get over the river wall, and then Jeff Hardy found him exactly then. Oh, okay. If Jeff Hardy was just a little bit faster on his position, reacted a little bit sooner to cancel that Feather Airstrike, he might have been able to save a couple of his members. But he tried here, and I think Lyzern, especially after watching this clip, needs to start respecting Ruby. Like, he cannot get away with these things.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a bold move there. But speaking about Ruby, now Ruby's at front. So what they're going to do is that they will open up the map again. And if you look at the movement of Tupai Esports, because of the map being opened up, that's it. They cannot come in. And plus, they are already behind in terms of gold. They are behind in terms of experience. They're still at level 9. They know they cannot challenge for Lord. And they spend too much time there. But there's still stuff to do in other lanes. But at the end of the day, it's all about those split-second decisions, and because they didn't really get.
Yeah, which honestly, just like you're saying, like Tupai Esports are playing to lose at this point of time. They have no control, no map control, no tempo whatsoever, and Tiger Wong, if they play a flawless game without interacting with Tupai Esports, they're still gonna win.
Yeah, okay. So I'm really trying to think of what's the winning factor for them. I'd like to think that, okay, if the game could hold on long enough, maybe they will hit that power spike for Tupai Esports, and then they will be able to counter back. But if I kind of think about it, right, like, it's the same for Tiger Wong Esports. They can hit that power spike at the same time. Therefore, Tupai Esports, pretty much at this point, it's hard to come back.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's really difficult. 10 minutes of the game going on to the 11th, and Tiger Wong is still 8K ahead. Basically, honestly, I give it to them that they're basically at an 8K gold lead. It's really hard to throw this, especially when you have an item and when you're an item and a half in front of your opponent. Feather Airstrike, even if one connects, Lyzern is losing 50% of his HP. They've already cracked down on one inhibitor turret, two inhibitor turrets, with Lord still pushing in. They could look to end this game if they want to, but we're not seeing any commitment just yet. Tupai, let's see. Are they going to go for it? No, they are not. And Tiger Wong take the disciplined decision to back up.
Look at the difference of discipline between Tiger Wong Esports and Tupai Esports, right? The moment they know that, okay, guys, we have expanded all our skills, they're all on cooldown, we got whatever we need, which is the inhibitors, that's cool. And then they immediately back off, reset, and they come back for the top. Whereas Tupai Esports, they know that they lost the plot, but they still went in.
Yeah, that's the big difference. Now with a very solid 10K gold lead for Tiger Wong, exploiting the fact, hey, there's a second wave coming in, we don't have to commit to anything, we're still going to get all the inhibitor turrets. Tupai are in critical condition. A breath of fresh air might even kill them at this point.
Ooh, okay. So they are starting to come out of their base, but the moment they come out, obviously nothing is there. But this is their best case scenario, right? They need to win back their half of the jungle.
They got to touch grass.
They
have to touch grass. Look at them. They're touching grass as much as they can. They need this to keep touching grass like Zern. There we go. There we go. That's the way. That's the way. He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Finally, they're touching grass, getting a little progress, but they need to touch grass longer. Like they need to touch a whole farm. They need to touch a whole farm at this point.
It's a rough situation, man.
It is very hard.
I don't see a way they could really save it unless now, very tight win conditions here, right? They manage to kill Sufril, or if they kill Rins. And the only way those two die is if they walk up with no support whatsoever. Or if they're able to force out a 2v5. It's tough, but Tupai slowly gaining the space. Ruby is in a great position. Lyzern all by himself. He's got to outplay this. That's all he's got. He's trying to run away. The feathered airstrike doesn't kill him, but that means the backline unfortunately goes down. Gugun has already found the Lord, and now Jeff Hardy might have to pay the price again for the mistakes of his jungler. He ends up dying. No immortality is going to save him from that situation. And another one, Valentina. Doodle, where are you going? He's touching the grass too much, overloaded on that vitamin D. The outside world has changed him. Is Dade Dudedo still in this game, still with the mindset of a champion? Brackline getting attacked coming in from Rio, but it's not enough. He doesn't have the items, and the rest of his teammates bite the dust, with only Rins having to take the fall. Dade Dudedo continuing to disrespect the space, and now the final note is here. Lord to crash in, Luminous as well. Jeff Hardy's back is over.
I mean, looking at that last fight, right? Realistically, there was no way for Tupai Esports to actually challenge for the Lord.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So again, if you can't challenge for the Lord, you might as well let go of the objective. You go farm somewhere else. I noticed that when that was happening, like the top lane was kind of open. There was some minions to farm. Like at least they could have still done that. Some of the buffs were active. They could have still done that. Or even better, if they could go and take over, I wouldn't say take over, but at least they could go into the jungle of the opponent's side on the top side. That would at least